Hello, everyone. We're back. We're tailgating. I'm Bruce. I'm with Marcus. I'm with Daryl. We want to talk about the NBA championship. It just concluded, and we were surprised. I was the most surprised. I picked Oklahoma, so they won, but I said they're going to win it in 5. And this is almost a classic series. I think if this had been a big market, this would have been really recognized as big. And then, unfortunately, Halliburton got hurt. That might have changed things. I don't know. That was a great series. What did y'all think about this series?
I mean, it played out the way, we knew it was going to be a long series. It wasn't going to be a sweep or a 5-game series. So, the fans on both sides, got what they paid for.
Got it big time.
Yeah, 7 games. The Thunder winning their first championship really since the Seattle Supersonics won back in 1979. So it's great. I mean, SGA did what SGA did. I think if anybody questioned his ability to be a superstar, that's put to rest. I mean, the guy averaged 29 points per game in the series and was just completely clutching game 7. So, I mean, you had other folks. Jalen Williams was an X factor and Holmgren. I mean, the team came together and really did what they were supposed to do. I mean, we'll talk about the Halliburton piece here in just a second, but I mean, yeah, that was they did what they were supposed to do. They were the best team in the league, and they finished it all through. So my biggest thing is obviously Halliburton. They found a way to come back every single series.
Yes,
and that was like the miracle team. And I felt robbed when first Halliburton suffered the hamstring early in game 7, and then it's like what happened, and then boom, he's out. So it's like, I wanted the Pacers to win, and I talked about that in an earlier episode. Something about me just said this was going to be the Pacers' year, and I'm going to be on the record and I'll say it. That kid didn't get hurt, I think we would have had a different outcome. I think the Pacers had all the momentum going into game 7, and I think they would have won it. But yeah,
didn't he have 9 points in the first quarter, or before he went out? He already had 9 points. I mean, he was on fire.
Yeah, I don't know, Darryl, you feeling different?
Yeah, but look at the end of the game also, game 7. Indiana was still making a push, even with the Halliburton. I mean, would they get within 9 or 8 or 9 or something with about 4 minutes left? So they were making a push, but of course they couldn't do it without their superstar. And plus, this is the big stage, the biggest game of the season, games on the line, superstars shine, and unfortunately we didn't get to see what Halliburton, would have done, so man, shouts out to all the players on both teams. I mean, hey, congratulations to OKC. But at the same time, man, my heart goes out to the Indiana Pacers, man, because you're right, they didn't I don't think they got a fair shot.
That was incredible seeing him go down like that. It changed the whole game. I was sad about it. I didn't even root for either one of those teams. They're not like they're the Mavericks, but you want to see both teams at their best. And whoever wins, they win. It was a shame it had to happen at that moment. It was a pity. He'll probably be out all the next season too with that kind of injury.
Yeah,
it's almost like a change of the guard too, isn't it? I mean, we've already mentioned in previous episodes like the LeBron, Steph Curry era. It's really about over, and I don't know. It's one of these two teams. I don't know who's going to emerge, but boy, it's a change of the guards because it's both young teams.
Well, you just touched on it, Bruce. I mean, it's the LeBron era. I think we can say it's over. The Steph Curry era is most likely over. Listen, it was great. Kind of reminiscent of Magic and Bird back in the 80s when you had these two teams that kind of went back and forth and they played each other in multiple finals series. But what I took away from this season particularly is that I think we've come to the end of the super team era, right? Where teams had to have like the big 3. I mean, OKC built that team through the draft, smart trades. Again, no big 3s, just depth, chemistry, and development. So we saw something similar with the Rockets. They were on their way, which would be a good transition probably to our next topic here in a few moments. But that's what I see. I don't know if we'll go back to those dynasty 3-4, championship teams within a very finite amount of time, or teams where we just see those big 3. I think we've moved past that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're past that. And and unfortunately, it looks like we're going to start seeing a bunch of power trades every season.
Yeah, it looks
People
like
just
it,
jockeying
yes.
into position to try to win a quick championship. That maybe that's the new trend that we'll see for the next decade or so. We'll see if it works too.
But Daryl, that's what started the damn big three, right? That whole big three. I mean, if you think about it, right? You had some good teams in the 80s that had that three. I can think of the Lakers and the Celtics. I think of the Bulls, and maybe they didn't have a big three, but there's been teams that have kind of, but I felt like that chasing the chip mentality, like, hey, we just need to get this superstar. Because even the Rockets did it right after their championship, versus just kind of going. They lost to the Supersonics. And then instead of just kind of, rebuilding or just kind of getting their game together, making adjustments, right? Minor adjustments, they went out and got Charles Barkley and traded half the damn team to get him. And then that didn't work out. Then they end up trading for what? Scottie Pippen. So it's like, And then when they do these big three things, they always seem to get one of the big three that's kind of like at the end of their career, at the twilight of the career. And they were once the most dominant or one of the more dominant players in the league. And then it's like, they're big. They're the big three in name, but not necessarily in their performance.
You mentioned those threes, the dominant teams in the past, and you also mentioned the two teams that are in the championship right now, and the ones that are trying to create the teams. It almost seems like the difference is one just sort of genetically came together. They just gel. They're teammates, and they've been working together for a while, and they developed a chemistry. Seems like when you sometimes try to force feed these super teams, they don't have that chemistry together. And I think that's a big difference too.
Yeah. Lakers.
But anyway, you mentioned just a moment ago, let's go into this trade. You guys who know more about it than I do. Well, what do you think about this? Kevin Durant is now a Rocket. Who's that played for anyway? Sheesh.
Daryl, you go first. That's
it's cool. It's cool to have Kevin Durant on the squad. It really is. But I did not expect them to trade and send away my up and coming superstar. Now he's not a superstar yet, Jalen Green. He's not a superstar yet, but he is up and coming. And I feel like the best way to develop him into a superstar is to get a superstar to play with him, but especially on a team like that. The team chemistry was awesome, but I said it all the time, we just need that one piece, that one superstar is going to help us. But now they done traded him. They traded the team lunatic. You can't trade the team lunatic. Every team deserves a lunatic.
Yeah, you
I ain't gonna win a championship with no lunatic.
Yeah,
But they gone. Both are gone now, and they traded half the city of Houston away. I mean, half of Houston is gone because they gave up a lot to get Kevin Durant. Now, but here's my thing. I think that there's more to this. There's more coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's another superstar that'll be added.
Oh man.
Somehow.
Don't. Yeah, but at what cost, man? At what cost? It's like you it's such a short-sighted thing to say, okay, we want to get and maybe that's the goal. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe that's the ultimate goal is to win the title, which it is, right? But to do it in a way where it's almost like they're using Chat GPT. They're cheating, right? They like do the work themselves and build it out. They just kind of want to get to the end game without putting in the work. So listen, Kevin Durant, we talked about this. He brings something that team definitely needed, which was leadership. Somebody that's been there, done that. They know what it means. Somebody that can be that on the field or on the court coach, that locker room coach, that informal leader that is really helping, bring it all together, especially when those teams, because that's what happened with the Rockets when we saw the breakdown. They started second guessing themselves, right? They had physically all the talent to advance to the next round. They just lack leadership. But I hope this works for them. I mean, it puts them back in playoff contention. They'll definitely do well next year, provided Kevin Durant doesn't get hurt, and that's going to be the risk of bringing in a 37
that's a big question. He's old.
Yeah, exactly, right. I mean, you fall when you're 27. You can you be a city, get hit by a city bus and you out one game. You slip on a banana at 37, you out for like 3 seasons, man. That's like a career-ending thing. So hopefully it works out. I mean, KD can still give you 25 points. He draws defense. He brings a lot of energy and name brand to the market, but it's risky, man. They gave up a lot of young talent and flexibility. And we know KD's had issues. So hopefully this symbolizes or signifies that Houston's done rebuilding and they're going all in this year with KD.
Weren't the Rockets in second place? Weren't they second seed this year?
Yeah, number two.
I mean, are these general managers outsmarting themselves? I mean, Nico, Mavericks went all the way to the championship round last year, and he breaks up the team. And then this year, Rockets is second seeded. I mean, they got beat by the Golden State. They got beat by Golden State.
Yeah.
In the first round, but they're the second seed. So now are they breaking up a team that's really good too early just to get an old player? I like Durant, no doubt about it. I mean, he's great. I'd like him on our team, but I agree with you. It seems like they gave away a lot for an old guy because some of these guys, once they hit a certain point, even if they don't have an injury, it seems like it's really quick. They disappear.
Yeah, well, it looks like the buses are busting away from the Lakers, right? You saw that?
Oh yeah, what, $10 billion?
Yeah, $10 billion. Yeah, that's a big.
What an investment.
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
That means for the Lakers, man. That family's owned that franchise for a long time. That symbolizes a lot of change. I think things are just changing in general, right? A lot of norms of yesteryear are just starting to get disrupted, and we're looking at just kind of a massive push of evolution when it comes to just basketball in general. We're seeing it really across all sports, but definitely we're seeing it in basketball.
Oh, good gosh, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable what they cost now, these teams, because someone can afford to buy it. $1 billion ain't what it used to be.